my sweetest lovers, it's me, Uncle Jerry, and I want to hip you guys to one more technique I'm going to throw at you this week to write with. So before you bubble, or if you've already bubbled in premise, that's fine, but you can do this in addition, or if you haven't done that, before you bubble in premise this week, we're going to use something called a rant. And a rant is another way to come at your material that's far more expansive, far less structured, far looser and woollier, and it'll get your brain working in another way, yet another way of working. I don't want you to become sort of too structured, because then I want you to also have in your quiver of things to do just sort of a big, expansive way of writing. So here's what you'll need to approach rants. You'll need a few things. One, an empty room or a backyard, somewhere where you can be alone and sort of loosen up and be loud and be free and things like that. If you don't have a place like that, you can use Elaine's house. Second, use your phone, your recording device, put it onto the audio recorder. Third and fourth, pen, piece of paper, pencil. If this is your bedroom, you could just put your piece of paper down on the bed or your notebook on the bed and walk around with your pencil. So this is what you're going to do. Ranting is a way at your material where you're not being focused, you're being very I can't think of what the word is that I'm looking for, but just very much like that. And you're just going to talk about your topic the way you used to think comics did. Like when you used to go to comic club, you thought that guy was just like fucking walking around on another thing and like that, and this is what fucking bothers me. You didn't know it had ever been structured before, and that tomorrow night he would be saying similar things. You probably thought, most of us think, that it's just sort of an improvised rant. Well, that's what we're about to do. I want you to take your topic and not do anything other than just start fucking walking around your house going like, like for example, someone was telling me today they were talking about writing about being married. So if you were married, your rant would be just like, oh, wow, 8 years. I've been married for 8 fucking years. That blows my mind. Because marriage today has absolutely no relationship. It has nothing in common with when we were dating. How my wife and I are today versus how we are when we were dating. Like, it's almost like when you see a movie preview, like a movie trailer, and then you go, wow, that looks really like, that's going to be this kind of movie, and then you go see the movie, you're like, how is that even So now, in my talking area, well, that's kind of a good idea. So I would just sort of jot down on my paper that dating is to marriage. Marriage and dating are like when you see a movie trailer. It has nothing to do with the movie itself. Or, so I'm like, oh, maybe I want to say, dating is like an awesome trailer to a shitty movie. That's a very mean way of saying it, but then I would just probably write down dating movie trailer. Boom. And I'd keep going. I go, my wife is on my fucking nerves these days. Why is my wife? You know why? Because she's always asking me things and they sound like questions. You know what I mean? But they're not really questions. They're criticisms veiled in questions. Like, are you going to wear that? Are you going to eat that? It's as if someone's taught women and wives how to fight. They don't even need to fight. They just they just bleed you with questions, something like that. So I go, okay, yeah, I'm going to develop that. Something about questions is how women fight. Okay, good. And what else? I never thought I'd be the guy who lets his wife dress him. But now I've realized that, like, I feel like if I tried to dress myself now, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, you become helpless. Marriage makes, okay, good. And I got that, and I would just go on and on. I'd be like, and when I was married, all my guy friends who were married were like, you gotta do it, man. And then when I did it, I was like, this kind of sucks. They're like, we know. It's almost like it's a fraternity. It's like rushing a fraternity. See what I mean? You just kind of think it through, and you're just walking around like you're Chris Rock going, and you know what else, man? It's like that. And you write and you record, and maybe you catch some stuff, maybe you don't. Then you go and bubble in premise. Okay, that's ranting. I hope this was helpful. Shalom.